There are two things on this earth that can force people to come together or divide completely: sports and The Bachelor. And tonight we have both. Hello and welcome back to Penn State Sports Night. I'm your host, Anneke Wagner, joined alongside Owen, Cameros, and Bronwyn, Liber. And we're here to talk about who Bachelor contestants would be if they were professional athletes. From the angels to the villains and our beloved Bachelor himself, we'll tell you which athletes get a tearful goodbye and who gets the final coveted rose. The 28th season of The Bachelor is currently underway, with 28-year-old tennis pro from Pennsylvania, Joey Grossaday, navigating through drama and all to find his Mrs. Right. Owen, I'll start with you. Which professional athlete do you think would be handing out the roses this season? Who is our favorite Bachelor and therapist, Joey Grossaday?
Yeah, so Joey is going to be Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard and Joey have both done incredible things to their respective franchises. Connor Bedard has made the Blackhawks relevant. Joey has made The Bachelor one of the best seasons of all time. Both of the viewerships are up a lot. Joey and The Bachelor, based on last season, and then Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks are selling out the arena pretty much every night. Viewership's up, I think, 38%. Both of them are incredibly revitalizing to the cities and TV shows that they're in, and both of them are having an incredible impact on their respective franchises.
Certainly a good pick. I know both of them stand true for as far as my viewership. My Joey pick is going to have to go to CJ Stroud, bringing it down to Texas. See, kind of similar to Bedard, he did the same thing. CJ Stroud really revolutionized his entire team. He gave the Texans hope. And some may even say, as you said earlier, Joey has been kind of called a therapist of the season, the way he interacts with the contestants, the way he speaks. And I feel like CJ Stroud did that for his franchise. He was the therapist of the Texans by kind of saving them from what has been lost in the previous years. He was one of, if not the youngest quarterback to win a playoff game in their defeat against the Browns this year. And he just overall had a tremendous season and really not only brought in viewership, but brought hope and faith and just overall product back to the team, the franchise, and the NFL as a whole. And I feel like that's what we've really seen Joey do with The Bachelor this season.
Absolutely, no lies were told there. Now moving on to the contestants, and we'll start with this season's clear front runner. And Bronwyn, who have you assigned for Daisy?
I have personally given Daisy none other than Jason Kelce. This pick was pretty easy considering everybody that I know at least is a huge fan of both Daisy and Jason Kelce. And it comes down to the thing, you don't have to watch football to like Jason Kelce. You don't even have to be an Eagles fan to like Jason Kelce. I'm personally not an Eagles fan, but I know me and my entire family always root for Jason Kelce as an individual, his family, just everything that he does for his town, his team, and just overall such a great guy. Has so many people rooting for him. And I think we see the same thing this year with Daisy. Such a heartthrob of a story, such a bright smile she brings, hasn't really been involved in any drama, and just overall has been the popular choice for this year's season. And so far, has been a pretty strong front runner as far as single dates, team dates, and just her individual talks with Joey.
Yeah, and I'm going to go to somebody else who's also loved this all around America, and that's going to be Christian Pulisic. Daisy and Christian Pulisic are like one and the same. They're both loved whenever they're shown. Christian Pulisic in the World Cup, when he's out on screen, America, they get behind him. Same thing with Daisy on The Bachelor. When she's there with Joey, when she's talking to the other contestants and stuff like that, talking to the other girls, she's just loved. Everybody thinks she's an incredible person. Christian Pulisic, he's been Captain America. He's been like the guy in American soccer. He's just so entertaining and fun when he's on the field. Same thing with Daisy. She's fun. She's light. She's always there, making the season and making the show just a bit better. And, both of them, they just do so many things where you just watch and you're like, oh, it's just incredible. So I think Daisy this year, she's Christian Pulisic.
All athletes and Daisy, all angels in their respective franchises, but now switching over to the drama. And this person, they came in hot and heavy. They started off great, but their chances with Joey went up in flames just like their mystery date card on night one. Now, Owen, what athlete is Leia?
This hurts me to say. This truly deep down hurts me to say it's Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, oh my God. Just when he was on the Seahawks, when he was young, when he was fun, when it was Dangerous, when it was the Legion of Boom, gosh, it was fun. Everybody liked him. He was a great quarterback. He would make things happen. He would make big plays. He would do incredible things. Everybody liked him. Maybe he wasn't always the favorite. Maybe he wasn't always like the MVP, but he was just the heartthrob story, the fun one. Everybody liked him. Leia, same thing. That first night, she throws away that date card where she could have stolen a date from anybody on the show. A one-on-one date, that's important on The Bachelor. That's true time one-on-one. And instead, she throws the card in the fire to not play favorites and stuff like that. We all liked her. And then the Maria drama happens. And now every time she's on the screen, it's, oh, this, Maria that. It's just something's wrong with Maria. And it's like she can't even enjoy the show anymore. It's the same thing with Russ and his time in Denver. Russ, when he left Seattle, I mean, Denver was just a mess. It was awful for him. He's probably going to be leaving now, going somewhere else. You know, the stuff came out about how he wasn't a very good teammate. You know, Richard Sherman didn't like him because I guess like he was just unresponsive and unreachable. He wanted Pete Carroll and the general manager John Snyder. He wanted them out. So it's just kind of one of those stories where we all started to love both of them in their early years, in their early episodes, and then it came out that they just weren't that as nice as we thought, and now we don't know what to feel.
Certainly true. I know that is definitely the viewership I've been seeing, and who's to know what to expect from either of these people going forward in their future lives. My pick was none other than Megan Rapinoe, and that was for a couple of reasons. They both, I feel like, looking at their history, came in at top. You don't see that a lot. A lot of times, yeah, we're talking about a lot of star-studded athletes here and a lot of people who really made a name for themselves, but not most of the time you see that climb, that upbuild. And I feel like for both of these, they just kind of came in hot, got their popularity from the start, as you talked about the letter, such a big deal, not something you typically see looking back in Bachelor history. And I feel like Megan Rapinoe kind of fit this. Just not even that long ago. She's been playing for a very, very long time, almost in her 40s. But soccer's been her entire life. But if you look back, even just 4 years ago, the 2019 World Cup, she was phenomenal. She led that team. They did incredible. She has 2 Olympic medals, a gold and a bronze, I believe. And it's just done so much for the women's team here in America.
Golden Boot winner as well.
Yes, yeah, exactly. She has just an entire resume of soccer awards, soccer accolades. Whatever you want, she has it probably. But then you get into, I don't know if it's age, I don't know if it's just love for the sport, I don't know what it is, but you look back at this past 2023, and unfortunately, she just wasn't the girl they needed. She wasn't the teammate, wasn't the player. She ended up losing a penalty kick, missing a penalty kick, my apologies, and costing them a loss against Sweden. And I feel like that's kind of, and she got a lot of backlash for it, and I feel like that's what we saw against Leia, just kind of that phenomenal performance, everyone rooting for her, and then just everyone kind of be like, okay, it's your time to maybe step away from the scene. And I feel like that's exactly what we saw here.
Thank you both for sharing. Now, Owen, Bronwyn, it is the final rose of the evening, and our final Bachelor girl and athlete pairing. She's polarizing, she's exciting. You either love her or you hate her. It's Maria. And Bronwyn, what athlete do you think Maria would be?
Definitely all over the place. I have selected Draymond Green for this one. Not a whole lot to say on it, although there's a lot you could say on her specifically. They both are very much center face in the drama. They both talk a ton. Like, that's kind of what Draymond Green's known for on the court, is having like a lot of mouth. It's part of his style. He gets in people's heads. He likes to cause commotion on the court, and that's just kind of what he does. So yeah, I would say that is the connection I see, just as the force of their always defending themselves. As we know, Draymond's a great defender, and I feel like that's what Maria's had to do this season.
Yeah, and for me, it's LeBron James. The reason that I say it's LeBron James is everybody talks about LeBron James. LeBron James is the most polarizing figure maybe in American sports in general. You either love him, you hate him. And the thing with LeBron and Maria is they've both run into situations where they don't even start the drama, but everybody can't keep their names out of their mouth. You know, LeBron James, have you ever seen Skip Bayless talk about LeBron James? He talks more about LeBron James than any other athlete. Same way with Maria on the show, where everything's about her. Somebody has drama with her or something like that, where it's just some sort of a situation where they're talking, they're angry at her. Everybody has an issue with them, even though necessarily they don't always do anything wrong. Sometimes they start it, sometimes they don't, but they're both in a lot of drama and they're both loved and hated.
Well, we don't have our real final rose. We will just have to wait and see who Joey's final rose will go to in the episodes to come. That's all for this edition of Penn State Sports Night, Bachelor's version. For Owen, Cameros, and Bronwyn Liber, I'm Anneke Wagner. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great night.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a like, and follow our socials down below.
And as always, we are
Penn State Sports Night.